Hello guys, I'm Z1815 here, and this is after the patch for SimCity. SimCity came out on March 7th for PC only. Finally, a real SimCity game. I love SimCity 4, dumped so many hours into that, made giant cities, had them get killed by robot school bus Godzilla. Love that stuff. This game, most people who are probably watching this know, came out in a horrible state. The always on DRM servers did not work. People couldn't access the game. It was Diablo 3 all over again. I got this immediately when it came out and experienced those issues. The servers are actually all fine now, except for Oceania 1, which is the server that I had all my saves on. So I had to start over on a Pacific server 1. So that's an issue. No saves locally on your computer. That sucks. That sucks a lot. And after a few weeks of the game being out, they're still having issues. You can play the game, but no local saves is a huge issue that they need to fix. Maxis EA. So let's go to the options menu. This game was PC only. Doesn't seem like it from all the issues I have, but all the settings are here that you need, really. All this stuff. It's fine. You have to get, there's no physical game manual. I got the physical copy. It's a little flyer that says go online, get the PDF. Up, look at that. Leaderboards. This is one of the things that they're touting, like, hey, we need online so we could track it. I don't want leaderboards. They're not even on because they got shut off to lessen the server loads. Yeah, look at that's lovely. That's still not in the game. So let's see, resume city, because I had to start over. I had a nice gambling metropolitan city, or whatever you want to call it, filled with crime and villainy. Oh wait, I don't have the DLC for heroes and villains, so no, I don't have villainy, only crime. Wow, this city is empty. So there's been a lot of changes from this one to this one from SimCity 4. I don't remember anything from Societies because that never happened. That game never existed. So issues that people have been raising are the always on DRM, no local saves, only on the cloud. And Diablo 3, I was like, hey, well, I can wait, I'll play. There was lag, though, on Diablo 3, and in this game, there is no, like, server lag when you're actually on it. So that could be considered good. Oh, I got Chieves. So people have been saying that, the cities are too small. I wouldn't say they're too small, but they are smaller than SimCity 4 by a lot. And my city that I can't show you because frickin' servers, cloud saving only, that one pretty much maxed out everything, and I had no more space, and there was only like 50,000 people in my city. Of course, I guess maybe it's because I filled my stuff with gambling stuff, but I'm not sure how it counts. And 50,000 filling up your whole city. It was the Cape Town or something like that. Filling up your city is nowhere near the amount. Even on my iPad, or my old iPad that I no longer use because hey, it doesn't work really. But I got on the on the iPad SimCity, I got millions of people on there. So why couldn't my amazing PC handle millions of people? Well, my iPad can. Was it because you wanted to simulate stuff? That's what they said. We need to simulate stuff, very detailed. The people are like different when you see them walking around. They don't stay there. Oh, is it because you wanted to have cities? Well, no one else has joined my thing. It's been up for a few days, so I don't know how active the player base actually is. I couldn't find any empty games. All the games there that say join game, you get join game, and all of them are filled because people will they'll claim like 9 cities. So you'll have to have friends to play this with you. Oh, don't supplies. I suppose this is cool, that every company has a name. Inflammable rag. Shrapnel, ammo, and health. That's funny. Oh, neighboring mayor visits. And the online stuff that they added is cool. Like, have it working together, trading with cities. It's a lot more fleshed out in this game than it was in SimCity 4. But why couldn't they make that the optional part? Why did they have to make it mandatory? Because really, they are not kidding when it's like, focus your city on something, because you will not be able to fit everything in your city. Especially when they release boatloads of DLC, you're gonna have to have Circus City, and Polluted City, and Commercial City, and Gambling City. You can't have a New York. You're gonna have to divide New York into, like, parts, like, just the central, and then the island, and you cannot make your giant mega cities. But for small cities, like, when you start out, you think this is wonderful, because it's like a wonderful little town you have here with a bunch of shacks and people running around the house. How many people live in there? Jeez. Another issue that on Reddit people were mentioning was that the numbers for population straight up lied, and that they didn't, I guess, scale correctly, and I don't know why people got really mad at that. It's just numbers. Like, if everyone's population scales like that, it's fine. Then it's just a different scale to go by. You don't go by houses. Each house maybe counts for like 30 people because the land is so small. Like, this would be a very small city. Or more like a town. Sim town. It almost feels like they tried to mesh in a little bit too much The Sims, but then I have to say, why did you remove the ability for me to create, like, 5 Sims to have, like, live in their own homes, and they'd be, like, my homies, and we, fake little Sim people, I'd try to make them happy. I'd take them on rides in the cars. You can't drive cars anymore. They took out the rush. That'll probably be DLC population map. That'll probably be DLC. I cannot control individual simmies or sims. And I think that may be a larger issue for me personally than the DRM, that SimCity 4 had more things than this game. Now, I guess we could expect them to release it as DLC later on, but that's still, they're screwing you over again then. Because now you're paying for stuff that's in the basic SimCity game. A lot of it is simplified as well. Like, the piping and stuff, it just all goes through the streets. You could pipe your poop, pipe your water, pipe your electricity, all through streets. I don't know how it works, but some pretty advanced freaking streets. And that takes out, the whole underground aspect of the game is taken out. All the underground roads and stuff. Underground roads. Now, underground subways, trains, BART, whatever, your regional equivalent of that, has been taken out. Something they have added, though, which I like, is the ability to, like... Now, this is kind of annoying. I don't like this as much. The little... Basically, you only have set areas where you can plop stuff down. But instead of making, before, like when your city got large, making 50 hospitals, you could just make one amazing hospital. Or instead of 50 power plants, make one mega power plant. And that's fine. Maybe that's a reason. I'm trying to think of reasons why they made the area smaller, but maybe that's a reason why. They didn't. A lot of the area, I guess it's true that it got taken up by like 40 hospitals. Because the hospitals had like a certain range and you had to just plant them everywhere. But that's still a really bad excuse that I'm trying to make for... I'm just trying to think of reasons why they made these changes. For the online play, so you can play with friends. I have no friends. I'm on the internet. No one is here. It's just empty, barren landscape. You're unable to edit your terrain. That's another thing. I have these giant rivers. Could I remove them? Because I have the rivers give me even less space than I already had. Freaking rivers. Can follow the cars, but it's not driving them through the streets and getting hit like invisible walls and buildings. It's nothing. Now placing stuff down, like, see, more simplified stuff. Instead of the 3 levels of like residential and commercial and industrial, which had 4 because it had like a farming one. There's just 1, and you just have to, it's kind of just random, but you could make it so obviously if you have a nicer neighborhood and better streets, you'll have a higher chance. But it says that I have like a lot of medium wealth wanting to move in, but boom, anything happens? No. So cheetah speed is back in. They removed it, but it appears to be back in, or at least this looks fast. I mean, unless they slowed down the cheetah speed to llama speed to something like in between the normal, but to my knowledge, that did not happen. So as you can see though, another thing that's changed from your good old SimCity is that you can't just spam like giant squares of it. It's just right next to the road. Everything has to be connected to roads, including things like water and power plants, which kind of sucks because you'd put, at least I would, like put the coal and all that dirty garbage in a corner away, like put a crappy road, but people need to get to work, which is the enhanced. This is not SimCity as it is like Sim, the Sims, really, because it's like the Sims, but like you control a bunch of them, and you don't control them directly, but they have to go to work, and it's more on the person than it is now building a mega city. Which, what the hell? Oh god. Gee, okay. That's good. See that? That's why I like this game. It's buttress gas, sourdough. These are all, there's a lot more detail put onto each individual building, which is great, but I don't see why they couldn't make the area larger. I think after putting a good amount of time in this game, that's worse than the DRM, the actual gameplay. The gameplay is not completely fleshed out, and then I've had issues where cars would just stop in the middle of the road, and I'd have a 100-car pileup going through the highway, and it's comical, but then why are they just frozen? There would just be cars. I'll plop down a schools. Wait, school? Yeah, schools. Oh, I can't afford that. Ugh. Now there's good. As you can see, there's good and bad things. There's the good, the details. Yes, that's amazing. I am not making a clinic for that. But the ability to upgrade the buildings is nice. The detail put into each building is nice. But then map size, the simplifying of a lot of things, I'm not one of those people who's against simplifying. It's like only the hardcores can play, but I feel it's the houses, the residential things of it, just basically going for that. I like. I'm fine with that. The ability to only be able to stick stuff on roads, I don't like that. Map size, I can live with, I guess, because there'll be DLC in the future and I'll probably buy it, but there's the simplifying of the underground and removing that stuff. Why? Why would you remove that? It just doesn't make sense. Uh-oh. What's this? Is this sewage? the noises, them dropping like remotes or something. That's great. Where's my city? Where's my other city? Up, here it is. Convent. See, loading times between cities. Why? I could see the city. I know it's just like a frozen thing, but unnecessary load times. Great, lovely. I'm running a 670 and the game pretty much runs fine. As you saw, I had everything on high and medium. It's fine, of course 670 is higher end, but it doesn't. I'm still just baffled by what they've done to the game and why they did certain things and then why they didn't do certain things. If you had the option to like get SimCity 4, you could get it off the disc still at like a Office Depot or something like that. I've seen them there. And then on Steam it was on sale for like $4.99. This game costs $60. Do you want less of a game for $60? I wouldn't personally. Oh, power. What? Where's the option to buy the power? Oh yeah, you have to go here. I forgot. Sorry, it's not my problem. Is it not gonna allow me? Ah, here we go. Buy. Now that's nice thing. That's why I could see multiplayer is useful with playing with other people. Instead, I just have to go all by myself and buy power for myself. It's a bit weird, no? And they give you little quests. That's nice. I can appreciate things like that. But I was just, maybe the game was overhyped. I don't know, but when I saw the original trailer for it a while ago with the cities competing against each other, I just maybe expected too much. I'd say this game is more society than 4. More SimCity societies than it is SimCity 4. But it's a step in the right direction, and they probably won't make another SimCity for a while because they're gonna milk out the DLC. But maybe they'll make a master pack or something, gold edition, which has like all the DLCs that'll add the underground, the map size, and all that. Probably won't make you buy it separately like The Sims, but it's all nice stuff that would be lovely to be added. Let's see, river, giant river in the middle. I know you could go get one on that river, but why they remove that ability to be kind of god and do that? Don't know why. They also have a lot less disasters. Maybe that's another thing DLC. I think that's it. I think that this game is just gonna have a lot of DLC. It's gonna be like The Sims, and they're going to add all the stuff that's kind of missing, like disasters and police stations and stuff like that. Like they already had it with all those country specific DLCs, like the double buses and stuff. Those are just upgrades, direct upgrades. They're not even like reskins, they're upgrades. I don't know why they do that before games release. This isn't like a competitive multiplayer game. This is just a game where you build a city. I think the thing that makes me the angriest about this whole SimCity thing is that it's a really fun game. I would zone out. I accidentally stayed up a whole night playing SimCity. Did not even realize. Just going by, building a giant city. Now I can't access the city because the cloud saves. But that was really fun. It reminded me of SimCity 4. When we remove all this other garbage surrounding it and just look at the gameplay, and for what's worth, remove the ideas of SimCity 4 of our head because that's never happening again. And it's fun. And all those things, I don't think people would be mad. If this game sucked, people wouldn't be mad about all the things that they're mad about with this game if it sucked. But it doesn't suck. It's fun. Which is, it's depressing, really. Because they had good ideas. And the game looks pretty nice. Went for a cartoony thing, but that's fine. It looks really nice. And the way they go through stuff, like the people dying at the donut shop or something, that's great. That's lovely. But all the business model that's probably gonna come after a while, and the release of the game really puts a damper on your spirits and hopes for a game. Out of 100, SimCity gets a very lenient and nostalgic, because I love SimCity. Why don't you have damn water? Jesus. Anyway, gets a... Whoa, jump cut. Yeah, game crashed. And it didn't save. Actually, how do I know? Because the game won't open anymore. Lovely. So... SimCity, I was about to say the score. Maybe it doesn't want me to say it. I'm gonna say it anyway. 67 out of 100. A very nice one, because I do like the gameplay, but there's a lot of issues and bugs and idiotic stuff that it kind of ruins the fun factor. All the other things. Like, you wouldn't think stuff outside of gameplay could affect how fun a game is, but somehow it is. And the 200 car pileup, while funny, destroyed the infrastructure of your city, which is less funny. Because the police just sit there in a row of 12 cars chasing one criminal. That's horrible. Hopefully I could play again later. Maybe. I guess I'll see you next time.